So many people get caught up in the idea that a perfect morning routine is the secret to success. We're told you have to wake up at 5 a.m., drink a green smoothie journal for 30 minutes, meditate for an hour, and run 5 miles before breakfast. And while there's nothing wrong with healthy habits, here's the truth. A routine doesn't change your life. Your mindset does. You can wake up early, do all the rituals, and still feel anxious, still feel behind. Because it's not about what you do in the first 30 minutes of your day. It's about what you believe in your heart, what you carry in your spirit all throughout the day. Some people go through the motions, but their soul is tired. They wake up on schedule, but they still feel stuck. And here's why: you can't schedule your way into peace. You can't calendar your way into confidence. Real change happens when you decide, deep inside, that today is going to be different. That no matter what routine you follow or don't follow, you're stepping into the day with the expectation that something good is coming your way. That's the power no schedule can give you. Key point number 1. Your routine is not your source, your spirit is. If you put all your trust in a routine, you'll always come up short. Because life doesn't move in straight lines. Alarms don't always go off. Children get sick. Work runs late. Unexpected challenges come. If your peace, your joy, your confidence depend on a perfectly executed routine, then the smallest interruption will steal your strength. But when your spirit is your source, it doesn't matter if you woke up at 5 a.m. or 9 a.m. If you exercise for an hour or 5 minutes, you'll still walk out the door with power, with a smile, with the confidence that you are equipped for the day. When your spirit is strong, your day doesn't control you, you control your day. So many people today put all their trust in routines. They believe if they wake up early enough, read the right affirmations, drink the perfect smoothie, or follow a strict checklist, then life will automatically line up and everything will fall into place. But here's the truth. A routine is not your source, your spirit is. You can have the most perfect morning ritual, but if your heart is heavy, if your soul is weary, if your thoughts are filled with doubt and fear, that routine won't carry you through the storms of life. Real strength doesn't come from a schedule, it comes from the inside. It comes from knowing that you are more than your habits, more than your productivity, more than what you accomplish in the first hour of your day. Think about it. You can follow every step of a morning plan and still feel restless, still feel anxious, still feel like you are not enough. Why? Because routines only touch the surface, but your spirit reaches the core of who you are. Routines can help shape your day, but your spirit shapes your destiny. And when your spirit is strong, no routine can limit you, no schedule can define you, no missed step can stop you. You have to decide that your power doesn't come from what you do. It comes from who you are inside. There will be days when you oversleep, days when the alarm doesn't go off, days when your children need you, when work calls early, when emergencies happen and your routine gets thrown completely off track. If you built your peace around a routine, then your peace will collapse as soon as something interrupts it. But if your spirit is your source, then it doesn't matter what happens on the outside, you still carry strength on the inside. You could say, I may not have done my workout today, but I'm still strong. I may not have had quiet time this morning, but I still have peace. I may not have had the perfect start, but I still have a purpose. That's the power of living from your spirit rather than depending on a routine. Your spirit is what keeps you steady when life throws you curves. Your spirit is what reminds you that setbacks are temporary, that interruptions don't define your worth, that God's plan for your life is bigger than a missed morning. When you put your trust in routines, you're putting your confidence in things that can easily fail. But when you put your trust in the strength of your spirit, you're building your life on something unshakable. Routines can change with seasons, but your inner strength can grow in every season. Don't misunderstand. There is nothing wrong with habits, discipline, or structure. They are tools, but they are not the foundation. The foundation has to be your spirit, your belief, your perspective. When your spirit is healthy, your habits will naturally align. When your spirit is strong, you won't have to force discipline. It will flow from the inside out. But when you make the mistake of thinking the outside is your source, you'll always feel empty even after doing everything right. This is why some people with picture-perfect routines still feel lost. They wake up early, exercise, meditate, but they're still filled with anxiety, still restless, still lacking joy, because they're trying to fix an internal need with an external pattern. The spirit doesn't get nourished by checklists. It gets nourished by truth, by gratitude, by hope, by faith. You can drink all the green juice in the world, but if your heart is bitter, you'll still be thirsty. You can write 10 pages in your journal, but if your thoughts are filled with negativity, you'll still feel stuck. Only your spirit has the power to turn emptiness into fullness, restlessness into peace, doubt into confidence. When you wake up, instead of saying, I have to follow my routine or I'll fall apart, start saying, strength doesn't come from my schedule. My strength comes from within me. My source is greater than any routine. Carry that mindset and you'll discover that you are unshakable even when the morning doesn't go as planned. You'll walk into your day with resilience, with confidence, with a joy that can't be stolen by a missed alarm or a busy schedule. You see, the real danger of depending too much on routines is that they trick you into thinking your worth is tied to performance. If you finish all the steps, you feel good about yourself. If you miss one, you feel like a failure. But life is not meant to be lived like that. You are not valuable because you completed your morning ritual. You are valuable because of who you are, because of the gifts and potential inside you. Your spirit doesn't measure you by your productivity. It measures you by your growth, your faith, your ability to keep going even when things don't go according to plan. So stop giving routines the power to define your day. Stop letting a missed habit convince you that the whole day is ruined. Don't let your peace be that fragile. Anchor your peace in your spirit, not your schedule. Anchor your confidence in your faith, not in a checklist. Because when your spirit is your source, you can still shine even in chaos. You can still thrive even in disorder. You can still be at peace even in the middle of interruptions. That's the kind of strength that carries you not just through the morning, but through every season of life. And here's the truth. Sometimes life will pull you out of routine to remind you that your power isn't in the routine, it's in you. When everything goes smoothly, it's easy to think you're strong because your system is strong. But when the system falls apart and you still stand, when your schedule breaks but your spirit doesn't, that's when you realize your true source. That's when you discover that routines may help you, but they don't define you. So tomorrow, if your morning looks messy, don't lose your joy. If your plans are interrupted, don't give up your peace. Say to yourself, I am not powered by routine. I am powered by spirit. I am not limited by what I did or didn't do this morning. I am equipped. I am strong. I am capable of carrying this day with grace. And when you live like that, you'll find that routines become tools, not chains. They serve you, but they don't rule you. They guide you, but they don't control you. Your spirit is the source, and as long as you keep it strong, you will always rise above whatever comes your way. Some people live under the weight of thinking that if they don't start their morning perfectly, the entire day is ruined. They have been told that the first 15 minutes are everything. That if they don't wake up with energy, don't write affirmations, don't exercise, or don't meditate, they've already lost the battle. But the truth is this: it's not how you start your morning, it's how you carry your mindset. The day isn't decided by a clock or a checklist. It's decided by the attitude you hold and the perspective you choose to keep. You may stumble out of bed, you may be late, you may forget your plan, but none of those things can control the strength of your spirit unless you allow them to. The real victory is in learning how to keep a mindset that says, no matter how I begin, I still choose to finish strong. Life has interruptions. Alarms don't always go off. Children need extra attention. Plans fall apart. Maybe you spilled your coffee. Maybe you missed your workout. Maybe traffic slowed you down. If you believe your day's success hinges on a flawless morning routine, you'll let small setbacks turn into big defeats. But when you understand that it's not about the start, it's about the mindset, then those same setbacks become opportunities. You can tell yourself, this didn't go the way I want, but I refuse to let it steal my joy. I may not have started perfectly, but I can still choose peace. I can still choose gratitude. I can still choose to make this a good day. That's the difference between living by routine and living by mindset. One leaves you fragile, the other leaves you unshakable. The truth is, every day offers countless chances to reset. You don't have just one window of opportunity in the morning to decide your destiny. You can restart at noon. You can restart at 3 in the afternoon. You can restart at night. Every moment is a new invitation to adjust your perspective and choose hope. The problem is that too many people write off the whole day because the morning went wrong. They think, since I overslept, since I missed my meditation, since I didn't start well, there's no use trying. That mindset robs them of the power they already have, because success isn't about a perfect start, it's about continual choices. Every moment you choose faith over fear, gratitude over complaining, perseverance over quitting, you are winning, no matter how your morning looked. You may have had mornings when nothing went right. Maybe you woke up late, rushed out the door, and carried that frustration with you. Notice what happens when you hold on to it. The whole day feels heavy. It's not the morning itself that ruined the day, it's the mindset you carried from it. The good news is you don't have to carry it. You can release it. You can decide, yes, my morning was chaotic, but I'm not dragging that energy into the afternoon. I'm resetting, I'm realigning, I'm walking into the rest of the day with fresh strength. That power is always available to you. You're never locked into a bad day just because you had a bad start. This is why perspective is more powerful than performance. You don't have to live under the pressure of doing everything perfect. You don't need flawless mornings to have victorious days. What you need is the wisdom to guard your mindset, to keep your perspective right, to refuse to let small problems determine your entire outlook. Because if you protect your mindset, you protect your peace, you protect your purpose. And if you protect your purpose, you'll move through life with strength, no matter what interruptions come your way. Think of it this way. A plane doesn't reach its destination because it took off perfectly. It reaches because the pilot made constant adjustments along the way. Wind shifts, turbulence comes, but the plane keeps correcting its course. Your day works the same way. You don't have to launch flawlessly every morning. What matters is that you keep adjusting, keep realigning, keep choosing the right attitude. That's how you reach your destination. Not through perfection, but through persistence. If you spill your coffee, laugh it off. If you miss your workout, tell yourself you'll try again tomorrow. If the morning was loud and messy, take a deep breath and start fresh. Your mindset has the power to transform stress into strength, to turn obstacles into opportunities, to shift frustration into gratitude. You may not control the start, but you always control the story you tell yourself about it. You always control the way you respond. That's where your freedom lies. Some people let their mornings define them because they don't realize how much power they actually have. They've given away control to circumstance. But hear this, you are not a victim of your schedule. You are not a prisoner of your routine. You are not trapped by a rough start. You carry the ability to rise above, to speak life into your day, to choose joy even when everything around you tempts you to choose frustration. And when you live from that place, you stop being tossed around by small inconveniences. You stop letting trivial things determine your attitude. You start walking through life steady, strong, unbothered by what doesn't go your way. It's not how you begin, but how you carry yourself that will inspire others. People don't admire someone who has perfect mornings. They admire someone who keeps their peace when everything goes wrong. They admire someone who shines even in the middle of chaos. That's the kind of strength that leaves a mark. That's the kind of mindset that changes not just your life, but the lives of people watching you. So tomorrow, don't measure your success by whether you followed every step of your morning routine. Measure it by whether you kept your peace when things didn't go as planned. Measure it by whether you chose gratitude when you could have chosen complaining. Measure it by whether you stayed hopeful when it would have been easier to give up. That's where real success lives. Not in the perfect morning, but in the resilient mindset. If your morning starts off great, celebrate it. If it doesn't, don't panic. Either way, you hold the power. Because the day doesn't belong to the clock, it belongs to your spirit. It doesn't belong to a checklist, it belongs to your perspective. You can always choose to shift your mindset, to lift your thoughts higher, to believe that something good is still coming your way. And when you carry that mindset, no bad morning can stop a good day, and no rough start can stop a victorious finish.